Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalSabre here. Welcome to spinning number 46, I believe. Let me check before we go on any further so I can tell you what the truth is. Yes, no, it is spinning number 45. And I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm getting, got a fair following, so I want to continue going. And this is Saturday, so we're going to take a look at what I listened to this last week in vinyl albums and CDs. So let's get ready to go here. Some will be new, some will be not new. The first one I listened to this week was from Whatnot, and it was Let It Be from the Beatles. And this was a 1974 album. And little wear and tear. I didn't see it. There's quite a bit more wear than I expected. As you can see, all the ring wear around it, so I guess it was played pretty well by the previous owners. And there's no inner on it. It is a gatefold. This was the 12th and final studio album by the English rock band. And it was released after the official breakoff and the famous rooftop concert. However, it was a critical failure at the time and came to be regarded as one of the most controversial rock albums in history. The retrospective reception has made it more positive. I didn't think it was all that great of an album. Let's see what The Long and Winding Road, Get Back, Let It Be, Maggie May. So, I also didn't like the way it was the amount of popping. It's a pretty old album. It didn't look that bad. But there are some good line scratches that I did not see. See if I can see them or not. Let me see. Get my fingers by them. Okay, it's down in this area here. Yeah, I guess you can't see them. There's a couple pretty good lines, and the side A had some pretty serious popping on it. And so this will not get played again by me, and if I do want it again, I will get an upgrade. So that's the week started off on a little bit of a wrong foot with the Let It Be, the 1974 album by the Beatles on the Apple label. Okay. Let's get the phone shut up. Why can't I got to put a big sign up when I do the recordings is turn your phone off. Okay, here we go. The next thing we did, we went on I had this on CD from years ago, but it was on Whatnot, and it was still in the shrink, and it was sealed. So I picked it up, and it's called The Chinese Album. You don't need to see that yet. Okay, this is by Spacebog. This is a 2022 reissue of the 1998 album, alt rock and glam rock. And I remembered liking it on the CD, so I went ahead and picked it up, especially since it was still sealed. And it was the second album from the British alternative rock band Spacehog, formed in 1994 in New York City by 4 Englishmen who were living in New York. Their music is heavily influenced by David Bowie, Queen, and T-Rex. They had 4 albums total. Oh, getting a little close there, Bill. As you can see, I still got the shrink on. Still waiting from some comments. Anybody whether they shrink over bring this up? It is. People say all you got to do is open one to shrink up, and it won't affect the albums. But then I have heard people say that it cuts down the resistance one way, but it doesn't the other way because the shrink is still on the top and on the bottom and the back. and it could warp the albums. So I'm still debating whether to keep the shrink on at all. I do like to keep the hype stickers though. And I got a nice inner here. What that pointing to her nose is supposed to mean, I don't have the foggiest idea. So everybody can make up their own mind on that. And here we go with the and I guess the hog heads are because they're called space hog. Okay. And kind of this one here. Came in a nice pink vinyl. And it played very nicely. So overall, this was a step in the right direction. Following the first album, this is the 2022 reissue of the 1998 album, called the Chinese album by the group Space Hog. Well, the next one that I listened to this week was brand new, and it came in this Black Sabbath Anno Domini box set, which I just released last week. I released a special video on that one. If you want to see more of the contents of the box set, because I got it at a really good price, check that one out and you'll be able to see what else came with it. But this is Black Sabbath headless cross. This is on the set. This was originally released in 1989, the 14th studio album by the English rock band. It was the group's second album to feature singer Tony Martin, the first to feature drummer Cozy Powell, and the only album was bassist Lawrence Cody. Brian May of Queen plays the first guitar solo on the song When Death Calls. The album spent 8 weeks in the Billboard 200, peaking at number 115. They had, I did a little, when I was doing some research, they had a little issue with the album sales when it came out. Wasn't selling all of that well. And so, they went around. So Tony Iommi and I forget which one of the other guys, they went into several record stores in the Toronto area, because that's where they're from, because they were really well liked up there. And they did not find the album, and not one of them, in any of the stores. So they went to the distributor, and the distributor says, oh, it's because, it's not selling well. And the guy says, well, it's not selling well if you don't put it in the stores. So I don't know what the resolution was. Anyway, it does not come with any inners. It does come with black poly-lined protective sleeves. The inners, as I found out when it was first released, were the lyrics. This is really a good album too. I'm not a Black Sabbath big time fan. Yeah, I bought the box set, but I bought it because of the price I got it at, and I doubted I didn't think I was gonna buy it, but I did got it. The album is really good. This is a really good album, I guess because they say that these albums the Tony Martin era are hard to find. The only problem I'm having this issue now, as you know, as I was saying before, the original albums came with an inner with the lyrics on them. The lyrics are now included in a book that's in with the box set. So check it out. You'll be able to see them. I showed them to you in that one. But anyway, I always store my albums in the sleeve. And even like when I did the White Album box set, I put it in the sleeve and put it in. There is not enough room in this box for me to put a sleeve on here and keep it in the box. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to take them out of the box because then it's not a box set anymore. I guess it's going to depend if I'm only going to do a minimal play on them, because I really don't want to ruin any of this. So this was the 2024 remastered re-release of Headless Cross, the 1989 album by Black Sabbath. And this is the album is really good. Check it out. So then, what do we do next? We want to, it was time to do, I have a couple soundtracks that have been sitting back there waiting for me to call them, to play them. And so I says, well, I better play one, get these things started. So the one I picked up was Labyrinth, featuring David Bowie. It's in 1986. Labyrinth did reach number 68 on the Billboard 200 chart in the United States and 38 in the UK charts. You know, just for me, the music is okay. The vinyl is fair and won't get any replay. And why do I say it's just okay? You know, I think a lot of the sales when it first come out, it might have been because of David Bowie. You know, just by his name. Because I didn't think it was anything breathtaking. So, I don't know. It does have the inner with it. But I won't get any more replay. You won't get any more airplay on mine. Like I said, it was fair. Okay, let's show you the label, because that's what I do. On the EMI label. I was looking, I thought I saw a nice, pretty nasty scratch on the back, right towards the end of the second side. And that's the EMI label. Except for a couple scratches, the vinyl was pretty clean. There's not a lot of scuffing, but that scratch on the back of side 2 was enough to make me not want to play this again, as it did pop pretty good, several rotations. So that was Labyrinth, the soundtrack by featuring David Bowie from 1986. So now it's time for the CDs this week. So I picked up number 24 and number 25. Number 24 was pretty Boy, I can't even think of the right words now. Controversial. Controversial. And the name of the album, Girl, You Know It's True, by Milli Vanilli. So just in case, this album, you know, actually is a pretty good album, you know, and it scored, it had the top, and it reached the top 5 in the Billboard Hot 100. 3 songs reaching top positions, and then they got an Emmy for it and everything. And then a reporter reported that these guys had never sang one lick on this album. The guys that took the Grammy in that. So the Grammy was originally pulled and from them, taken back. You know, and then the company itself deleted the album and its masters from their catalog, making it one of the largest selling albums ever to be deleted. In addition to this, like I said, the Grammy was taken back. It's got some good songs on it. It's pretty, you know, a little upbeat, you know. What am I trying to do is I'm going to try to see what they categorize this one as. Okay, they said electronic, hip hop, funk, soul, and pop. And that's pretty much about just about all of them. And I guess I was one of those people that, I might have bought this even knowing that even if I knew ahead of time that these guys were fake. If I had heard it, because it was that good. It was enjoyable listening again to it. It's been many years since I've listened to this. So, and it came out on Arista. We've got a lot of flack for them being fake. I wonder if it's ever been re-released or anything like that. I didn't look that far into it. So that was the 1989 album, Girl You Know It's True, the controversial album by Milli Vanilli. Crazy, huh? A little bit of history there. Number 25. This one here is a pretty good one. Also, and is the Best of Berlin, a CD released in 1988. It's a compilation. And Berlin had 9 studio albums and 3 live ones. Berlin was among hundreds of artists whose material was reportedly destroyed in the 2008 Universal fire. But that was more than, that was controversy also. You can't believe everything you read. And then, let's see, this is considered electronic and synth-pop. So we got the little book in here. I call them new wave. And it continues to open up again. We got the last 3 pages. And then on the back, we got a whole bunch of pictures. Take My Breath Away, Sex, No More Words. Let me see what else. The Metro, big hits. This album had, this group had some big hits back in, I call them the new wave days. And it's on Geffen. All right, so that was the CDs. That was what did I say? That was the 1980, what am I looking at here? 1988 album, The Best of Berlin. Okay, then the last of the week is the one that comes out of the LP that comes out, the next one that comes out of the album collections. And the first thing we got today was number 33. And it's the Best of Lobo. This album came out in 1975. And over the years, he got some good ring wear and a little creasing going on up here. 75, 49 years old. Over the years, he's had 11 different types of compilation albums, from live and this and that, partials and EPs and everything. And this was the first one. And he finally started to fall out of grace and, into the early 80s and so forth and that. And then in the late 80s, 1 or 2 of his best hits albums got released in Europe, and he got a following over there. So he was releasing albums all the way up to 2007. But this was, pretty, I call it folk. I don't think that they call it folk in Discogs. Let's see what they're going to call it. They called it rock. Soft rock and pop rock. I can deal with the soft rock. Pretty slow. Pretty slow. No, but he did have some hits, some top 10 hits, including Me and You and A Dog Named Blue. Remember that one? That was a pretty cool song. I actually remembered the words to that one this morning when I was saying. And I'd love you to want me. Don't expect me to be your friend. Where were you when I was falling in love? And he had 4 chart toppers on the easy listening and adult contemporary charts. Lobo. Comes on the Big Tree Records label. Okay, I'm going to be on live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, talking about opening up the giveaway, the subscriber giveaway. Check out that video. Hope to see you then. Leave some comments down there. Let me know what you liked on these ones. What did you think about what I listened to this week? SoCalSabre saying, take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other and stay safe.